And I just want to be able to talk just briefly on a few things that's on my mind. Now, as you guys are traveling back from work home safely, it's always a good thing to talk Cowboys, especially on a lovely day like this. I think that I heard news of that they released Jordan Chon. Hey, it is what it is. Maybe they're going to bring up somebody up that we just don't know, right? That's just how it goes. Hope, appreciate you for tuning in to the nation. Lee, thank you for tuning in as well. So we look at a lot of things, Cowboy Nation, especially as it relates to the Dallas Cowboys. We love the players that's on our team, but we always trying to grow. We always trying to develop. We always trying to create a picture so that we become better than what we were last week. And looking back, the biggest reservations that I have from a lot of people so far is the defense. A lot of people are worried about the defense, and which rightfully so. We didn't look that spectacular, but I can say that sometimes in football you want to feed off of one and then you want to feed on the other. So I look at it like as a collective picture. Shout out to you, Tony, man. Shout out to you, Derek, as well. So they released Chris Coverton, so it goes that way, or did they bring him back? But my thing is heading into week 2, what we need to improve on. Now, sometimes when you are coming from a victory, you overlaps of what the things that you need to improve on. And I think, just my thoughts, is that I think the tackling is going to be better. I think that the Tyron Crawford, he's going to play a whole lot better. Remember, this guy didn't have any preseason games under his belt and didn't have any training camp as well. The guy was walking around with shoulder pads on his shoulder, not on his shoulder, but on his in his hand. So I didn't see him that much during training camp. And then if you add in the fact with D-Law, although he's not signing kids' autographs with other jerseys on, he didn't have a lot of playing time as well. So I look at all of those things, Cowboy Nation. Shout out to you, Daniel Mazza, man. Really appreciate you for coming out this past weekend. Really, really do, man. Franklin, thank you. Thank you all. You said good breakdown. Really appreciate that. And the reason why I do breakdowns is to give you guys a different view. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Not everything looks cute. Not everything looks wonderful. But sometimes when you can talk at it, you can start seeing things that you didn't see before. That's why I do breakdowns. And tonight, when I find some time, I will be looking some more breakdowns of the defense since we got the all 22 out there, and we really want to see the responsibility gap integrity. Do you supposed to fill the hole? Do you supposed to get off on your guy? Twist stunts. Who responsibility was it was? And the breakdown that I did earlier of the big run of Saquon Barkley was not to throw anything at our front four, but keep in mind, like I said, Tyron Crawford didn't play all preseason. D-Law didn't play all preseason. And I'm kind of thinking that D-Law is kind of mad and upset about everything, right? He's mad because of the fact that he didn't get the type of defense that he want. So I love that. I love the fact that, shout out to you, Italy, Joe. I love the fact that now he can look back at things and say, okay, we need to become better, stronger. JR says we need an interception. Yeah, I think LVE had one right on his hands. It just went through his hands. And I'm thinking that if he had some more playing time, maybe, just maybe, he'll be an inch closer in on that ball and it'll be a takeaway. But we still forced fumbles, so that's good. Me and Big Game James had a wonderful time this morning talking about those things, talking about the fact that this team heading into week 2, you should see a little bit better logic of our defense collectively. Yeah, Barkley gashed us. And trust me, whoever the Giants play this week, he's going to gash them as well. That's what a good running back does. He figure out ways to gash you. The boy is just nasty with it and good. He's just a good player. And we got to be prepared for it, and we were. And I would rather for him to gash us one time and us make for us to learn from our mistakes and then make a better play at it next time around, if that makes any sense to you all. Yeah. Yeah, what's it, Big Cartus? I think that's how you say your name. You said, yeah, gashed us in the first half. Yeah, Wally, what's good with you, fam? Appreciate you. Sam, what's good? Jones didn't play. And this is the thing. When we start talking about the philosophy of this particular defense as it relates to the corners, we want those corners to play uptight, press on the line, and that's not Anthony Brown's strong suit. He's more of a off man zone cover corner who can play at occasionally at time up close. You really want Anthony Brown in the slot or inside the slot or what have you. Now on the opposite side of the field, not on the field side or on the boundary side or where Cheeto was at, you'll see a better play out of Brown. But come on, you're not going to substitute or switch Cheeto onto the opposite side. So that's just the deal or the problems that we have collectively. Xavier Woods, Derek, yeah, we can really take a look at him. Xavier Woods did force the fumble. Yeah, and that's part of the battle. You got to jump on the ball. We have to have more of an awareness of the ball, where the ball is at. But I would say this: a win is a win is a win, and that's right, Ken. Yes. How do you think we're gonna handle AP? I wish we didn't get a chance to play Adrian Peterson. I just wish we didn't get a chance to play him. I don't like when we play against guys that like to run north and south on us. I don't like the fact that when he runs inside the middle, that he's quick. And always Adrian Peterson for the first few weeks of the NFL. He's fresh. He's going to have quick legs. He's going to be hard to bring down. You still got to. It's something different with AP opposed to a Saquon Barkley, whereas Saquon Barkley is the more slippery, like that wet soap. You can't really grab it; just squirts out of your hand. AP is more of a punisher, the embarrassing of those aspects of it. He's not going to hurdle over you. He's not going to shift and juke you out the way. That used to be the old Adrian Peterson. But this Adrian Peterson, he's just going to flat out either lower his shoulder, low man always win, or he's going to be trying to get to the edge. And then on his way out to the inbound or out of bound, he's going to drop that shoulder again and let you know that he was there. So that's how Adrian Peterson plays. He's a great 1-2 combination, whatever other running back they got. I think they got Chris Thompson. He's still running, right? Because the other kid got hurt. So we will see how all of that is going to be able to go through this weekend. That's just how it goes. I think Jeff Heath would be better year 2 and Chris Richard. This is from Patrick. I agree. The big run that Saquon Barkley had on, Jeff Heath did kind of direct the guy over to the sideline, and Cheeto was able to get him out of bounds. That's what you got to do. You can't stop these guys. You got to slow them down, and that's what Jeff Heath is able to do. Good win. D-Law is a savage. Yes, Boog. He's flat out savage. Just crazy savage level, 1,000,000%. The guy is what you want, that nastiness, that I'm not afraid to talk about you. And we needed that. We had a bunch of choir boys on our team, and we needed that dog, that guy that's going to sit back and say, hey, let us continue to talk down on the opposition. Let them know that we are not folding up and these sorts of things. So that's why I like. Slopes, what's good? He said, hey. Yes, hey, Coach, I have a question. Love your show, and by the way, that will be the score of the Dolphins game. What's the score? Put it down again. I didn't get a chance, but I always been saying 28-13. Look, that would get us right at the number of scoring more than 20 points, and then the 13 would get us right at the marker, not allowing the opposition to get multiple touchdowns. That's why I look at it. That's how I look at it. This is the thing. We talked at long levels of how good we are, Dallas Cowboys, but let's look at the Washington Redskins team. They got a Case Keenum. He is not afraid to launch the ball down the field. We know that. And they got a speedster, Terry McLaurin, I think that's how you say his name. he's not afraid as well to take the top off the defense. What you have to do, if you can focus and get this team to be one-dimensional early, then I think that you can win just by getting them to be on one side of the ball. Meaning that if they stressing and if they trying to pass, then our pass rusher will eat. Now, if they trying to say that they can't get off the line or the LOS on the outside and they trying to force to run this thing, then we'll win in those factors too. We just got to get them one-dimensional. And I think that we have the recipe to do that. And we can put a lot of stress on teams now, the fact that we got so many weapons. Did anybody get the chance to listen to the voice of the sidelines? I think the DallasCowboys.com, they put it out on their website and as well as on the YouTube page, Sideline Voices or whatever the name of it. And it gives you a great insight to the players and how they communicate with each other during the game. And what I took from that more so than anything was the fact that, hey, they said everybody is eating. And on top of that, with everybody is eating, everybody's catching these balls, of course, it's going to be harder for teams to scheme. It's going to be harder for teams to figure out how can we stop this Dallas Cowboys, because either they even if it's a dump-off pass to Randall Cobb or it's an end around to Tavon Austin, or if it's I'm moving Jameis Olawale to the far outside and we still have Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield, it makes offensive and defensive coordinators scratch their head, because the offensive coordinator is looking at it like, hey, defensive coordinator, this is what they're trying to do. Can you guys draw up this particular defense during training and during practices and things like that? So that's what it's all about, Cowboy Nation. Every move benefits the next move. And if you look at every move again, it's like this. Remember, this is chess, not checkers. Adam Davis says we loaded. Yes. Eternal Thought. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Tyrone Church. Yes. Take me to church, baby. Yes. Cooper was talking. This is from Franklin. And that's what I'm talking about. It's no I am bigger than the team type of vibe. It's no, hey, I want this or I need this or I must get this type of situation. Everybody is pretty much on the same table. And the person that I want to congratulate that is Jason Garrett. Look, we all been blaming and dogging out Jason Garrett, Coach Red, and these sorts of things. And I do know that it's only been 1 week. But I want to remind people, when was the last time we ever played good the first week? We always been a team, even when we were loaded, to have a slow start. So I'm looking at this team now, by the fact that we are now having a fast start opposed to a slow start, that just means that, hey, at least we are in front of the curve right now. And all we got to do now is just continue. And I mean every bit of this, Cowboy Nation, is continue to keep this energy, move these things, place bricks on top of bricks, and then when you look up, you're saying, okay, now it's week 8, and we still have a favorable record, and now all we got to do now is continue to do our philosophy, play our style of football, and everything else. Now, I will say this, we are going down up there or over there to FedEx Field. Now, we do know that the officials, it's always us versus them. Shout out to you, Daniel Stevens. Man, really appreciate it. Let me see if my AI is going to pick it up. They need to say that. So he said, Daniel Stevens said, salute. Yes, there we go. Yeah.
Salute.
That's what I'm talking about. My AI pick it up. Boy, when you make that type of donation for the nation, we got to let the lady speak. Yes, indeed. Salute all day, every day, even twice on Sunday. Lucky Johnson, Norman, Dunbar, and who else you got over here? And they added Collins, and we already know what he's about. Who they added on the Washington team? Landon Collins. Well, he's a box safety. So unless they're going to try to really keep him inside the box, if they put him out in space, it's just all love for us. He is a natural box safety. No more, nothing else. Just a box safety. So pretty much, Landon Collins is a smaller linebacker that's out there. Just above Kayvon Frazier. And out in space with the kind of route runners we got, unless they're going to send him off the edge and blitz, it may be a good situation for him to slow down Ezekiel Elliott for a spell or here and there. for his couple series, but I don't see Landon Collins being a game changer. Billy Bob Jones says Dallas sucks. Come on, man. Bobby, bring in some more, be a little bit more, put some facts behind it, just not say Dallas sucks. I forgot, I think, Bobby, your team is the Miami Dolphins, right? I remember, one thing I got is a good memory. I got good recall memory. So, Bobby, you need to hush for right now. But neither here nor there. Bobby, who is your team? Jay Farm, his team is Miami Dolphins. You can't fold back because that's why I keep all of this information on the screen. Shout out to you, Lucky Johnson, man. Really appreciate you on the Facebook. What's up, King Cuts Barbershop? Yeah, what's up with it? Need to hit them up, though. You know what I mean? The Dolphins, Albert. Yeah, the Dolphins. We'll play them not this week, but the next week. And I hope Bobby is in the area so that we can get a chance to meet one another and we can just talk football. Yeah, it's much needed to talk football. And the Dolphins, the best thing about them is that they got the good-looking uniforms. It's not close to the Cowboys, but they got a good-looking uniform. But neither here nor there. The Washington team, if we can continue to do the things that we did last week, and on top of that, if I know Dak, see, a lot of times people look at Dak Prescott and say, okay, he's not on top 100s list. He's not the best passer of the ball. He can't hit water if he fell off a boat. Those type of things. Although when you pull up the stats and you pull up the records and you pull up overall QBR in the National Football League collectively, you'll see that he's number 5 or number 5 overall. Not number 15, not number 18, not number 30, not number 111 or what have you. 5th overall in the National Football since the birth until now. Since birth of the NFL until now. There's only 4 other quarterbacks with a better QBR or quarterback passing ratings than Ryan Dakota Prescott. But the NFL and the players that votes on this, and some of the players said that, hey, they didn't even vote, so you know how that thing goes, right? So it's all mixed up and convoluted and all that stuff because you know good and well if some of the players said they didn't even get a chance to vote on it. So how can you really have a top 100s list if all of the players didn't vote on it? But that's a story of a different day. If you guys don't think that Dak Prescott is not looking at that and looking back and saying, okay, I'm going to show the world of what I can really produce and what I can really put out there. Now, I can say this. I can really say this, Cowboy Nation. He may not ever say it on camera, but you can tell by the determination and his strong will to say, hey, I want to win this game, or I want to be able to be the best quarterback, not just in a Dallas Cowboys uniform, but I want to be the best quarterback ever. Give me that guy. Don't give me the guy that say, okay, I'm only going to do this from 9 to 5, and then when I get off of work, it's other things. No, I want that guy to say, hey, this is all I want to do. Yeah, Dak will get $37 million. This is from Willie. Oh, my goodness, that's a lot of good money. But what if I told you, like ESPN 30 for 30, what if I told you that Dak Prescott, if he continued to play the way he is playing now, you wouldn't be mad to pay the man $42 million. You see, if he can generate what we just witnessed and what we just saw last week, and this is not me whistling Dixie, this is me telling you the truth. Book Thomas, yes, indeed, yes. Dak is a winner and a baller. This is Pat 1984. Yes. And when you can find ways to, this the small things, if you can find ways to win, and you can find ways, it may be ugly, but last I checked, nobody 10 to 15 years from now look at that W and say, that was an ugly W there. Oh, that was a good loss there. No, a loss is a loss and it's always going to look ugly. But a win, regardless of how it look, it's a win. Oh, Law, do you have any history on that? Do you have any proof of what you're talking about, Law? Yeah, I got lots of proof of it. I'm gonna challenge you all. Tom Brady, his first Super Bowl that he won, supposedly. How many points did they win by on that first Super Bowl? Did they blow out the Rams? Was it something miraculous? Was it something that you can't recall? It's something that you can't go back into your mental Rolodex and say to yourself, man, Tom Brady was lighting it up. Oh, Law, you picking that? That's low-hanging fruit, Law. That's low-hanging fruit, Law. Pick another team. I got you. I got the facts for you. You know, facts over opinions. Oh, Big Ben Roethlisberger. Oh, this past weekend, he wished it was an ugly win opposed to that beautiful loss, right? Big Ben Roethlisberger, his first Super Bowl. Was that a beautiful win? Huh? Or
We need to
ugly
see
win?
determination up front. You think Hill will get a run this week? Hashtag more Doc, please.
Okay. More Dak, please. I like that how you put the MOOR and E and then Dak. That's a cold-blooded hashtag. Man, I love every bit of it. He said we need to see the determinations up front. I guess we would need to see as Tristan Hill. Will he get some run this week? Tristan Hill. I would rather see more Christian Coverton out there, the number 5, rotating in more, and I would like to see more of Hyder. I just didn't see a lot from Tristan Hill in training camp. He's still going to have to develop. I think that he's not getting the power and the strength that we really want. So just to be honest to you guys, I can't lie to kick it. I would rather see more rotations of number 90, the human log, as they call it, Antoine Barbecue Woods, and then you slap in a number 95, a Christian Coverton, and then you will put in the Kerry Hyders of the world. And then I would rather see, this is just me thinking, and this is just me seeing with my natural eyes from training camp. And if this world wasn't filled with politics of it, I would rather see them kick Crawford back into the inside, because Crawford have nobody business playing edge anyway. And you will have the Joe Jacksons out there, in my humble opinion. I think that would be a better rotations than what we would see out of Tristan Hill. I'm about to say Christian Hill, but Tristan Hill. And that's how I look at it. But nice, man. Thank you for the donation to help grow the nation. He going to split reps. Yeah. I mean, you got to give that guy grain of playing time when you really look at the collective picture. If my guy Donovan Wilson comes back. Bug Thomas, more Dak. I love it, man. I love that hashtag, man. Hashtag MOORE Dak. I love every bit of that. Hell yeah. So, like I said, a win is a win, but an ugly win people forget, and people will only remember the ugly losses, right? There's no such thing as a beautiful loss, right? and then when I'm talking about granting the longitude and latitudes, right? Big Ben Roethlisberger, a Super Bowl champion, right? Got blown out this week. Got blown out this weekend. But that lets you know that when you start taking weapons away from your quarterback, they can look like that. So when we start talking about Dak Prescott is not elite, or Dak Prescott is horrible, and Dak Prescott is not this and not that, that's a good living proof. When you start removing weapons away from your arsenal, you're not going to look poised. You're going to look very, very suspect out there. Yo, here's what we got from the Redskins. Whatnot is David. He said, yo, Law, Skins are really counting on Jordan Reed. I don't know what he's going to do with Dallas defense. I don't think, is Jordan Reed injured? I thought he was out. Let me know if Jordan Reed comes back. I think that, I always say this, Cowboy Nation. To a quarterback, the tight end will always be their best friend. And here's why. You got a guy that's 6'4" and beyond, like 6'4", 6'5". Some of them are 6'6" and 6'7". Tight ends are big, tall targets, and normally they operate out of the middle of the field. So when you got a tight end like the Jordan, whatever that guy, Jordan Reed, or you have any tight end that got that physical size and speed and these sorts of things, it makes the quarterback job a whole lot easier. And then don't let that tight end be able to block too. We know how valuable a tight end is now. I can go all the way back. Jay Novacek's of the world, right? The Brent Jones or the Shannon Sharp, or they call him Shay Sharp, Gronkowski. We can talk about the Travis Kelsey, whatever his name is, that play for the Chiefs. So we can go on and on and on about quarterbacks' relationships with their tight ends. So I think that's always a good thing when we look into that. Lucky Johnson, really appreciate you for the information for the nation. He says Reed is out on concussions. Okay, appreciate it. And I'm not wishing ill will on anybody, because I always want to fight teams that's placed with their best roster. I never want to fight a team with this guy hurt or that guy's hurt and this guy's not there and this guy's not there. I always want to see teams at their full force. And Trent Williams is not there. Lucky Johnson got the injury report. We are listening in to the injury report from Lucky Johnson on my Facebook page. Really appreciate it, Lucky. And then on top of that, Jonathan Allen, I think he's out. It's a negative for them and a positive for us. Rico is gone. Book Thomas, yes, the Cleveland Browns released him. And I don't think that we're going to reach in our pockets and pay him for him to come back. Take nothing for granted. Yes. I expect Tube says 36 says I expect the Skins to run early and often. Most teams should run early. Here's what running early does for your team. It sets the tone. It's physical. It's physicality. The offensive lineman, I have yet to meet an offensive lineman that say, hey, I love pass pro. Offensive linemen love to get dirty. They love to move stuff out of the way. And offensive linemen love to get physical with people. And when you run in the rock, that's when the offensive lineman can really put his hands on the opposition and let them know that he's there, opposed to padding and redirecting. So I think that teams, to set the tone, you run first. You let them know that, hey, you're establishing 4 to 5 yards per carry. They're going to bring in more guys into the box, which then they will open up your play actions. They'll open up your boots, your wiggles, and all those things. They'll open up your motions to move the opposition out the ways. So that's why I look at teams, especially like the Dallas Cowboys philosophy. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the fact that Dak Prescott first year, they were saying like, look, man, we can't trust your gun. You're going to trust your gun. Your gun don't shoot far. Your gun doesn't do anything to it. You got pellets in it. So, but now they got to respect that arm. You see. All right, Cowboy Nation. That's all the time that I have for this beautiful, beautiful day. I really appreciate you all. Thank you all for tuning in to the nation. Don't forget, that's my timer. Yeah, don't forget to hit that like button. Let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune into Dallas Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Thank y'all. Thank you all for, especially those who donated, and for you on my Facebook panel, Ryan Hunter, Lucky Johnson, all of you all. Thank you all for sharing. Thank you guys for subscribing. And let's go. Dan, thank you. Dan, the man, is it Dan Haddon? Appreciate you as well. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, Tony says Jonathan Allen and Darius, guys. Okay. Yeah, Stellos. See you in a couple of weeks, fam. Appreciate you. Let's go. Oh, I got to do my outro music. I got to find it somewhere. It's right around here. Yeah, we're going to get it going, baby. Yep. There we go. Yeah. I guess it's not working. All right, Cowboy Nation, we out. Peace.